In this video, I'm going to break down one of the best round-based time systems for you to begin to implement for whenever you are working out, whenever you are training, whenever you are shadow boxing, you're working the bag, if you're working your speed bag, your double line speed bag. You can even use these during your cardio and endurance sessions, as well as when you're rolling, wrestling, or even sparring. And it's one of the best ways to do so because it's a finite system. It's a round-based system, so it has a beginning and an end. You know exactly how long it's going to take you. There are timed specific rests in between, and you are not wasting time whenever you're training. You are showing up, you know exactly what you're going to do, you know how long it will take you, and that way whenever you do train, you show up and you do exactly what needs to be done within that period of time, and then you're done. So I'm going to give you 3 primary options, and then I'm going to give you 1 bonus, which is more of a challenge. So here's how this round-based system of drilling and working out and training works. Because this is a round-based system, you're going to have a multiple number of rounds, and there are a certain amount of minutes per round, and then you're going to take a rest in between rounds. Now for all of these options, you have 1 minute of rest between rounds. That's it, 1 minute. That's all you get, just like in a fight, in a boxing match or kickboxing or MMA, 1 minute only. And that's your rest period between rounds for all of them. So the first option is 5 rounds, 2 minutes each, with 1 minute rest in between. This will give you 15 minutes of drilling or training or whatever you are working on, either shadow boxing or working the bag, working the mitts, whatever you decided to do. That's 15 minutes of total drilling, 5 rounds, 2 minutes per round. Option number 2 is 4 rounds at 3 minutes each. So total time for this is 16 minutes. And it's a little tougher because you are going longer during each round. So you have to pace yourself, and there's just a lot more output that you have to produce during each round. And for this, of course, 1 minute of rest in between rounds. And then option number 3 is 3 rounds at 5 minutes each. That's going to give you a total time of 18 minutes. So this one is a little bit more difficult because now you have 5 minutes that you have to work within each round. And that's a lot of time. You really have to pace yourself, but you work through the entire 5 minutes. A lot more, a lot tougher, but that's going to build your cardio, your endurance, and it's going to just build whatever you're working on during that time for 5 minutes a lot more. And of course for this one, just like the rest, 1 minute of rest in between. So each of these 3 options give you a specific time, number of rounds, plus specific time for each round. So you know exactly how long it's going to take, so that way you can just kind of tailor your drilling, your training session for that specific amount of minutes per round, so you can work something very specific. Either could be cardio, could be endurance, could be you just drilling technique, could be just freestyling, or again, you can combine different ways of using these to include rolling, wrestling, grappling, sparring, and you just simply choose one of them whenever you are training, whenever you're showing up to drill. Either 5 rounds at 2 minutes each, 4 rounds at 3 minutes each, or 3 rounds at 5 minutes each, and then choose whatever you're going to work on during each of those rounds, and then put in the work. And then for the bonus session, which is more of a challenge, you do 5 rounds at 5 minutes each with 1 minute rest in between. That's going to give you 30 minutes of total work. And this one, of course, mimics the MMA rounds for a championship fight or for a main event fight. And this is a very tough session because you're doing 5 rounds, 5 minutes each. That's a lot of work, and that's a lot of output that you have to produce for 5 minutes each round with only 1 minute rest in between. So you really have to learn how to recover, and you really have to learn to push yourself during each round in order to maintain that pace. I love using one of these every time I come out and do shadow boxing, or I work the bag, or I work the double and speed bag, or I do any type of drilling out here. I use one of those rounds, and I love using them because it's finite. I know exactly how long it's going to take me, and then I just pick whatever I'm going to drill during that session, and then I put in the work. And the 1 minute of rest in between rounds really stress your cardio a lot more because you have to learn how to recover during that 1 minute. And if you want to know exactly what you should be drilling for shadow boxing as well as on the heavy bag, I have a program called Combat Solo, and it's going to tell you exactly what you need to be drilling during each of these sessions. And I break everything down for each round, what exactly you should be focusing on and what you should be perfecting, what you should be drilling. Take a look at that program because it's going to give you that outline exactly what you need to do, so you now have the time for the amount of rounds that you're going to be doing and how many minutes for each round. But next, you need to know exactly what you're going to be doing, and the Combat Solo outlines everything. So you just pick one of those drilling sessions, either for shadow boxing or for the heavy bag. Look through the video, I tell you what to do, and then you come out here and you do it.